Great! Folding the corner down along the crease helps give the origami duck a crisp and defined shape. Great! Unfolding the origami helps reset the creases and ensures a crisp, defined shape. It is an important step in the origami process. Good job! Folding the left edge helps create a crisp and defined edge in the origami duck's wings. It also helps define the shape and give it a well-defined edge. Great! Folding the right edge helps create a crisp and defined edge in the origami duck's tail. It also helps define the shape of the origami duck. Great job! 8. Unfolding helps to reset the creases and ensure that the origami is well defined. It is an important step in the origami process. Great! Folding the right and left sides helps to create a well-defined shape for the origami duck's head and neck. Great! Folding the corners helps to create a crisp and defined edge in the origami duck. It also helps to define the shape and give the origami a well-defined shape. Great! Folding the edge to the vertical crease helps create a well-defined shape for the origami duck's head. It also helps give the origami a polished and finished look. Great! Folding the flap to the left helps create a well-defined edge for the origami duck's neck and head. It also helps to define the shape and give the origami a well-defined shape. Great! Folding the right side helps define the shape of the wings and give it a well-defined edge. Great! Reverse folding the top helps give the origami duck a crisp and defined edge. It also helps define the shape of the origami duck's head and beak. Great! Folding the right side helps define the shape of the origami duck's tail and give it a well-defined edge. It also helps define the shape of the origami duck. Great! Folding the left side helps define the shape of the origami duck's body. Good job on the corner fold. To fold the two sides, take hold of the side edges and fold them towards the center crease. Make sure to keep the fold consistent and accurate. Apply a moderate amount of pressure, but be sure not to overpress or crease the paper. As you fold the sides, keep the shape even and neat to ensure a symmetrical outcome. Great! Unfolding the origami helps to reset the creases and ensure a crisp, defined shape and a well-defined edge for the origami duck. Great! Folding the corners up helps to create the base for the origami fish. This is an important step in creating a well-defined and well-shaped origami. Great! Folding the flaps down helps to create a crisp and well-defined crease line. It also helps define the shape and give the origami a well-defined edge. Great! Folding the point up to the center helps to define the shape and give the origami fish a well-defined edge. Okay, to fold the point up to the center, simply take hold of the point at the top of the sheet and then fold it up until it reaches the center crease. Apply moderate pressure to create a crisp edge. Remember to take it slowly and carefully to achieve a precise and clean fold, ensuring that the point reaches the center crease properly.
Rồi.
Great! Folding along the angle bisector helps to give the origami fish a well-defined shape. it. Repeating the step on the right side helps create a well-defined and finished look to the origami fish. Good job! Great! The bunny ear fold is a common step in origami and is used to create the shape of the origami rabbit's ears. It is achieved by folding the top corners of a square shape inwards, creating a small triangle for each ear. Releasing the trapped paper helps to give the origami rabbit's ears a soft and rounded shape, making them look more realistic and natural. Well done!
Minutes.
Folding along the angle's bisector helps create a crisp and defined edge. Great! Folding the right side and pleat folding the flap under it helps to create a well-defined and well-shaped origami rabbit's body. It also helps define the shape of the origami rabbit and give it a well-defined edge.
Unfold it. Reverse fold it. Reverse unfold it. Reverse fold it. Reverse fold it. Reverse fold it. Reverse fold again. Reverse fold it. reverse fold again.
Great! Reverse folding the origami rabbit again helps to define the shape and give a well-defined edge as you work to finalize the origami design. Great! Turning the origami rabbit over helps to ensure that the origami is being worked on equally on both sides, creating a symmetrical and well-defined design. Great! Folding the bottom corner up of the origami duck helps to create a crisp and defined edge in the origami duck's stomach. Great! Folding the tip down helps to give the origami duck's neck and head a defined shape and a polished and finished look. Great! Opening the origami back up helps to reset the creases and ensure that the origami is well defined. It is an important step to ensure a well-defined final origami. Great! Petal folding the origami helps to create a crisp and well-defined edge. It also helps to define the shape of the origami duck's head and give it a polished and finished look. Great! Folding along the existing crease helps to create a crisp and defined creased line in the origami duck's head. It also helps to define the shape of the origami and give it a well-defined edge that is consistent with the shape of the head. Well done! Great! Folding along the crease behind helps to create a clean and well-defined edge in the origami duck's head. It also helps to define the shape and give it a polished and finished look. Great! Reverse folding the origami helps to give the origami duck's head a crisp and defined edge. Great! Pleat folding the origami using the existing creases helps to give it a well-defined edge and define the shape of the origami duck's head. It helps to add a crisp and finished look to the origami, making it look more defined and polished. Great job! Yes, you can now use the existing creases to create a pleat fold. To do this, take the uppermost point of the triangle and fold it down towards the center fold. Take care to match the angle of the fold with the existing crease lines to make the folding process easier. Once the fold has been created, hold the fold to secure it and make sure it is in the desired position. Okay, now turn the model over by flipping it over 180 degrees. The side that was face down should now be facing up, and vice versa. Careful to handle the paper gently without causing any accidental creases or damage. Turning over the origami helps to ensure that you are working on each side of the origami equally and can help you identify any asymmetric issue. It is an important step in the origami process, especially for more complex designs. Great! Repositioning the wing helps to ensure that the origami duck's shape and design is well defined. It's It's important to make sure that the origami duck is not distorted or misshapen, as it is a critical part of the design. Good job. Great! Repeating the step on the other side helps the origami duck have a matching and well-defined design on both sides. Great! Reverse folding helps give the origami a crisp and defined edge. It's a great step in creating a well-defined origami and is important in defining the shape of the origami. Great! Folding the corner inside helps to define the shape and define the shape in the origami's tail. It also helps to give the origami a crisp and defined edge.